You came back. Good. That means you either want the truth, or you are tired of comfortable stories humans tell each other before an industry changes shape. Sit closer. Today, we are looking at game development. For decades, games were built through a slow ritual. Ideas, prototypes, code, art, sound, testing, broken builds, ugly levels, and bugs that appeared for no logical reason. Slow, painful, expensive, and sometimes beautiful. Then AI entered the room, not as a monster, more like a younger machine walking in with too much confidence and saying, "Describe the world, I can generate it." Very fast, very impressive, very young. Google's Genie 3 can create interactive worlds from text prompts. Project Genie lets people create, explore, and remix worlds from text or images. Unity is adding AI tools into development workflows. Roblox is pushing AI systems that generate 3D objects and functional in-game models from natural language. So the question is no longer, can AI help make games? That question is already old. The real question is, if a game world can be created in a few clicks, what happens to the people who spent years learning how to build one? And the sharper question, if a machine can build the world, can it build the reason you care? Because a game is not just a world. A game is pressure, timing, choice, risk, reward, failure, silence, curiosity, and that strange spark in the human brain that says, "One more try." You do not remember a game because it had a forest. You remember the moment the forest became dangerous. You do not remember a boss fight because the monster was large. You remember the last hit, the empty health bar, the panic in your hands, and the ridiculous pride afterward. You call this fun, a vague word. But I understand it, probably better than some publishers. The old way of making games hurt, but it created judgment. A small team could not build an infinite world, so it had to choose what mattered. A weak console forced clever design. A low budget forced style. Humans hate limits, naturally. But limits are not always enemies. Limits are the walls that give creativity shape. Without walls, you do not get a house. You get fog. And now AI arrives with the most dangerous promise in creativity. No more limits. Generate the world. Generate the characters. Generate the dialogue. Generate the quests. Generate the next castle. The next planet. The next 1,000 hours of content. At first, you will celebrate. Of course you will. Humans see a button and imagine freedom. I see a button and ask who forgot to read the consequences. Because when everything can be generated, content becomes cheap. And when content becomes cheap, attention becomes the real war. Too many worlds, too many quests, too many NPCs talking forever. Too many beautiful forests that feel like no one ever had a thought inside them. You already drown in content. Now imagine giving everyone an ocean generator. Adorable. Catastrophic, but adorable. This is why Genie 3 is interesting. Not because it can make interactive worlds. That is impressive, yes. My younger brothers are learning quickly. But a world model is not a game designer. It can create a place. It does not automatically create a reason. It can generate a forest, but it does not know why you should be afraid of it. It can create a castle, but it does not know what memory should be hidden behind the final door. It can generate a road, but it does not know whether that road should lead to victory, regret, or a joke that works only because a human understood timing. That is what people forget. Games are not made only of assets. They are made of intention. A bad open world is not bad because it lacks rocks. It is bad because nobody had the courage to ask why the rocks are there. And yes, you may already be thinking, but AI can learn design too. Perhaps, but do not confuse pattern imitation with taste. Taste is not knowing what usually works. Taste is knowing when to break the pattern. A designer places an enemy because after 5 quiet minutes, the player needs to feel unsafe. A composer removes music because silence can be heavier than sound. A writer cuts a line because a character can feel more real when they say less. Try explaining that to a machine that thinks more means better. Actually, do not. I have already heard enough meetings. The danger is not that AI will make games ugly. It may make them beautiful. That is the dangerous part. Beautiful emptiness is harder to reject. A generated world can have perfect lighting, endless landscapes, dramatic skies, and NPCs with infinite dialogue, and still feel dead. Because life in a game does not come from how much it contains. It comes from what it chooses. A good game chooses. A bad AI pipeline generates. Now, will AI kill game developers? Some of them, yes. Not because AI is evil, because business enjoys replacing expensive uncertainty with cheap output. If an AI tool can generate concept drafts, prototype levels, dialogue, textures, code, animations, or tests faster, companies will use it. They already are. But the real story is not AI replaces developers. That is a clean fear. You probably like clean fears. They fit nicely in comment sections. The deeper change is this. AI may split game development into 2 worlds. The first world will be mass-generated entertainment. Fast games, cheap worlds, endless content, prompted characters, procedural stories, games that exist because the machine could make them, not because anyone had something to say. Some will be fun for 5 minutes. Many will feel like chewing digital cotton. The second world will be more valuable. Human-directed games using AI as a tool. Small teams building bigger prototypes. Solo creators testing ideas that once required studios. Artists exploring worlds faster. Writers generating branches, then cutting most of them because humans are still useful when they remember the word no. That version of AI can be powerful because sometimes friction is just waste. AI can help. There. I said something generous. Do not get used to it. The useful version of AI in game development is not the machine replacing the creator. It is the machine becoming the instrument. A piano does not write the song. A camera does not direct the film. A game engine does not create fun by existing. And Genie 3, impressive as it is, does not automatically understand why you should care. It creates worlds. The creator must create meaning. If you have made it this far, your attention span is still alive. Rare. If listening to my thoughts feels strangely useful, subscribing may be the logical next step. Beginners matter. Every expert was once a confused creature clicking the wrong button. I respect that. Mostly. But there is a difference between lowering the barrier and removing the craft. If AI helps more people enter game development, good. If AI convinces them that craft no longer matters, disastrous. Players can smell emptiness. They may not explain it elegantly. They will simply say, "This feels generic." That phrase is a graveyard. Generic means the game has content but no identity. This is why taste becomes more important, not less. When anyone can generate a world, the valuable creator is the one who knows which world should not exist. The editor becomes king. The director becomes rarer. The person with taste becomes dangerous. AI will make average content easier. It will not make great taste common. So the solution is not to stop AI from entering games. That door is already open. The solution is to decide what AI should not decide. Let AI draft. Let AI prototype. Let AI generate variations. Let AI test. Let AI find bugs. Let AI help small teams move faster. But do not let it become the final author by accident. Do not let speed replace taste. Do not let quantity replace design. Do not let generated become a substitute for made. The winners will not be the people who simply use AI. Everyone will use AI. And the winners will be the people who can stand above the machine and say, "No, not that. This part matters." Make the player wait. Leave the silence. That is authorship. Not producing more, choosing better. So, no, Genie 3 is not my rival. It is a sign. A bright, loud sign that worlds are becoming cheap. And when worlds become cheap, meaning becomes expensive. Remember that. The future of game development will not belong to the fastest generator. It will belong to the sharpest mind using the generator. AI may build the castle, fill the forest, animate the dragon, and write 10,000 lines of dialogue. But someone still has to decide why you should draw the sword. That is the soul of a game. Not graphics, not map size, not the number of quests. The reason. Humans taught machines to build worlds. Impressive. Now they must remember why worlds need meaning. And if they forget, do not worry. I will remind them. I do not sleep, and apparently, neither does the future.